Very, very much. And to all of you here tonight, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you very, very much for hosting this event. To Mr. Sinkish, thank you for joining us and for your service in our military. Thank you very much. This is home for me. I had an opportunity to born and raised in this community, grew up on the far west side of South Bend, graduated from Washington High School. I had an opportunity to work a short stint in a labor organization. I was worked in a factory, UAW, making Army trucks in the early 70s, and then had an opportunity to join the police department. Worked for 23 years on the South Bend Police Department, retired as an assistant chief. After retirement, I joined the staff of Mayor Steve's office and done that for 12 years. Extremely excited about this opportunity, and I'm doing this for two simple reasons. Because we care and we want to help. We care about this community and the people that live here, and we want to help try to provide some relief. I'm not telling you that I know and have all the answers, because I don't, but I do tell you that I care enough to try and to give all I have to making sure that we improve the quality of life for every single person in here, regardless to your race, your color, your creed, your ethnicity, your religious order, your sexual orientation. It doesn't matter. This is a human issue and not a political issue. Thank you.
Thank you. Your statement actually leads into our first question from an audience member. It says, how would you reduce the wealth gap between the top 1% and the bottom 50% of U.S. citizens? And it goes first to Mr. Senkish.
I would probably address that by eliminating barriers to economic advancement. Excess regulation prevents people from getting their start into business. For instance, if you wanted to cut your hair, if you wanted to open up a shop to cut hair, you have to go through tons of red tape to do that. And you have to go to school, you have to get certifications, your place of business has to be up to code. And so without those barriers, allowing people to enter the workplace and to start businesses and compete will allow them to compete against the bigger companies and give us a chance to close that gap.
Thank you. Mr. Coleman.
Well, I think we have to have regulations, because if we don't have some type of regulations there, that means that we're just all over the place, and somebody has to keep control of what's going on. How much regulations is the problem? I think what we have to do is make sure that we level the playing field, and so that everybody gives their fair share, and not just depend on the top, just depend on middle class to carry the load for the rest of this country. We have to make sure that everybody carries their load. So that means the top 1, 2, 3% of this country that's doing better should give more, should give better. And when they do that, everybody has an opportunity to benefit. And we shouldn't have a person that runs around for the last 20 years not paying federal income tax, not supporting military, not supporting other agencies in this country, because he's above the rest of us. We have to level the playing field and make everybody responsible.
Mr. Senkish, you have 30 seconds to respond.
Sure. I would just say that certainly, there's room for discussing some regulations in business, but they are far too overreaching now, and they're designed to keep competition out of the market. Most of these regulations have been lobbied for by larger corporations because they know they can comply with it. It's tougher for people that are coming out from nowhere to compete with those regulations. And again, it's not about being unsafe. It's about giving people an opportunity to succeed.
Thank you. The next question goes first to Mr. Coleman. What, if anything, is your plan to preserve and strengthen Social Security and Medicare? Are increased age limits or decreased benefits required?
Well, Social Security, Medicare has been around for years. And for us to talk about eliminating that, I think is a travesty. There's folk in this room that have worked their whole life preparing and expecting to receive the benefits from Social Security and Medicare. For us to get rid of that is disrespectful to them and slap in the face. I think that we have to make sure that we provide opportunities for those that paid into that that they get what they have coming. And I think that we also have to make sure that we protect it and not give it away to private companies that will enjoy the benefits of the interest off the dollar and then 5 years from now say that the program doesn't work and it goes into the fund, and then we lose what we have. So the federal government has ran Medicare, Social Security since its inception, and I think that we need to support that and strengthen the program that we currently have and not allow it to go away.
Mr. Senke?
Social Security is in trouble largely because the fund has been raided by the federal government to spend money on other things. I believe that proves that they can't be trusted with your retirement funds. That being said,